All right, are we live? I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes to let people come in here before I get started talking. But I need to know, can you hear me and see me? That's very important because I hate doing a live stream, talking away, and nobody can hear me, or something's wrong with the picture. So let me know real quick. And one Scott is in here already, and Deborah Jensen is in here. How are you guys doing? I see there are 7 people in here. So go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know if you're hearing me and seeing me. And so before we get started, I will go ahead and remind you guys that there are affiliate links in the description below. When you make a purchase through those links, if you click on those links and use those links to make a purchase, I do get a percentage. I do get a commission off of that. So thank you for that. One Scott says I'm 5 by 5, so we're good to go. If we could get some more people, there we go. Oh, it just doubled all of a sudden. Rhymes with crowns is up in here. Living Life, Loving Walker, Farm Fam. Hello, Cassie. Peggy Goat is in here. Goat. Just got the notification. Wow. Okay, random things I do. Hovita, hello. Cindy, Patricia. Yes, happy Memorial Day. Elaine, Amanda, hello. Mom is in here. Karen Spear, hello. I put a short out last night, I think it was, and I had one of the bottle babies on it. And just a minute, Cassie, we will get to that. I put one of the bottle babies in it, and someone asked me or assumed that something happened to the other one, that it died or something. They didn't die. Both of them are doing fine. It was just one in the short. I do have updates on those coming out soon. I have a lot of things going on. I have a lot of updates coming up. Cassie wants to know, says, Lorie, how do you say niche, pecan, and roof? Never mind. Let's not start that again. She says, already did. Niche, pecan, and roof. And Cassie, you were saying niche. You've always said niche until today's live stream when I asked how you say it. And then you said niche, which is the same way that Zoe and I say it. So is it niche or niche, folks? We're not going to get into the pecan or the roof. Paula, hello. Deb. Let's see. Everybody's just saying hi. I'm glad that these storms are over for a while. It is getting, I'm losing sleep over the storms. Like the first few storms, I live in Oklahoma, so, you kind of expect it, but it's gotten to the point where I am like gun shy. Like I'm paranoid. I can't sleep. And everybody's keeping an eye on everybody's area and warning people of tornadoes and everything. But I mean, people have died in these tornadoes, definitely a lot of damage being done. And I'm just ready for that to end for a while. I'm not ready for the rain to be over. We need rain always. I heard that they're expecting a drought later this summer, but so I'm not ready for the rain because of that. I will tell you that I am very, very concerned about the health of the goats. I need to, this coming up weekend, I need to do something. I need to have I either need to worm them or get a fecal check on them, one of the two. I'm concerned about mainly coccidia in the babies. The first 6 months of their lives, they're really they can get overtaken by coccidia really easily, and the best environment for coccidia is warm, wet places, and that's what we have out there is warm and wet. And we haven't had a break from it, and I'm really, really, really concerned about that. Cassie said, "Hey guys, listening, but also chasing a toddler." MT Homestead is in here, and actually, Terry, I am going to text you after this live stream. I just read your text right before I got into the live stream, so I will be getting back to you. Kelly, I don't know if I said hi to you, but hello. So let's see, we are 5 minutes into it. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the comments that I got on this last video. This last video is doing okay. I mean, it's as far as people's response, the views are okay, but people's response, you guys are leaving a lot of comments and thumbs up and stuff like that, and it's really, really cool. I think I got a couple of thumbs down, but that's okay too. But the biggest thing, we're just driving home, but definitely listening. The biggest thing is people, and I'm not saying this isn't, didn't upset me or anything, but I just wanted to address it because so many people were thinking in the same direction, and probably I didn't make it very clear, but there were a lot of people who wanted me to try different ways of getting that mama to accept those babies. And I have done that before. One of Amy's goats, when I think she was out of town, I don't know where she was, but one of her goats had a baby, and it was just her son there. He was Hunter. He was a teenager, and she had given birth. It was a first time mom, and she was scared to death of her own baby. Wouldn't let her baby nurse, and it kind of upset him because he had not seen that before. And so Amy called me, and I went over and helped him, and we held the goat and let the baby nurse. And, eventually, when we put her on the milk stand, put the baby up there and let her nurse. And eventually she got to where she accepted the baby, and she kept the baby. She took care of the baby and everything. But the difference is that he was there when the baby was born. And so we did this pretty quickly. And I know time can pass, a little bit of time can pass, maybe even a day or two can pass, and you can still talk the goat, of course, the goat into taking their kids and taking care of their kids. But the difference in this and that is, one, by the time you guys saw the video and were able to leave the comments, I'd already had those goats a week. They were born a week prior. That video was shot before, several days before I made it public, because so many things have been going on. I've been having goat births. I've been having, cows birth. I've been going to auctions and just there's a lot going on here lately. Things are changing and happening real fast. So I have a lot of videos. And I usually film on the weekends anyway. So like I'll film I could film on a Saturday or Sunday, and you guys won't see it till Wednesday. Or I can, I film on the weekends when I'm off, but that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, I'm not off Thursday, but I'm here, so I can film. And then you'll see it either on a Tuesday or Wednesday or Friday or Saturday. And so there's a few days difference from when I film and when you see it. But this particular time, it was like a week in the time frame, because so much has been going on, and I can't post every video that I make, or you would be having a video every day. So there was like a whole week went by before you guys ever saw that video and were able to leave comments, saying, to try putting the mother in a stall and having the babies with her in a stall separate from the other goats, and let her, try to, you ain't no cowgirl, wrestle that goat down. Amy's got full size goats, if that's what you're talking about. But, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah. Oh yeah. Put the goat in a stall, or hold the goat down, or somebody would say, maybe the mother's scent wasn't on the baby. Put the milk the goat out, and put the milk on the baby so her scent would be on it. And that goat's scent was all over those babies when I found them because she didn't clean them. I had gone outside about 4:30 that morning, and I heard a baby goat and I heard a mother goat. And sorry, Greg texted me. And I'd heard a mother goat, and I thought it was odd to hear them at 4:30 in the morning, but it didn't really sound like anything was wrong. And Rain had a baby the day before. So that should give you an idea. I posted a video of Rain, and a week later I posted a video of this other goat having these two mini La Manchas. But Rain had her baby one day, or babies one day, and then this other goat had hers the very next day. And so, but Rain's was one video, and this was a whole video by itself. But I can't put them, one up every day or two up a day. So when I heard that, I just assumed it was Rain, and she had a newborn or two. She had twins. And so I thought it was one of those. I didn't think anything of it. When I went out there, the mother had not, and remember this was 4:30. And by the time I got out there, it was probably 6 o'clock. I think I called Amy at like 6:30, almost 6:30. And so it was about 6 o'clock when I got out there, and somewhere in there. And so, she hadn't cleaned them off, and it looked like she may have cleaned off the little buckling a little bit, but he was still wet, and he was shaking and cold and kind of weak. He was standing and trying to nurse, but she wasn't having it. And then the other one, the doeling, she couldn't even hold her head up. She was completely, the mother didn't touch her. Like her scent was all over that baby. She didn't clean it up at all. And I thought it was dead. And so when we had to take the goats and clean them up and warm them up and feed them, and that was a whole process that took a couple of hours, and I brought them back to my house, they were in no condition for me to try to reunite them with their mother. They were in ICU. They needed help that really that mother at that point couldn't give them. Even if she would take them, about the most that I could do would be to take them out each time to her to nurse and then bring them back in. They really needed special care, a lot of it those first few days. And so that's why I won't be taking any of those suggestions, because it's long past, but it's still, I mean, there's really, they needed to be inside. They needed extra care. There was nothing that I could do about that. And I do realize that you can do that. I have done that before. I have seen it done. I've watched the YouTube channel. That's another thing. People say, well, go watch so-and-so what they did, go watch the Eddies and see what they did. Go watch the Fowlers, and see what they did. But it wasn't that type of situation. I'm not ignoring your comments, but there were like several comments that were in that direction. And instead of just answering every one, I decided to just talk about it here on the live stream. And now I'm going to see what you guys have got going on in the chat. Let's see. Okay. Paula, Deb, Scott, Amanda. Random things I do, Elaine. Okay, I've gone too far up. Candy's in here. I don't think I said hi to you. Cassie said I did. I guess you've asked me so much, I'm confused on what to say. I think you fell into peer pressure and just went along with it. But it is niche. You're wrong on the niche. It is niche. Just saying. And I don't know why people say bush hog. That's a brand. It's brush hog. Amanda says, Lorie, how are your cows? Did the one have her calf yet? Yes. Yeah, I don't have any more pregnant cows. There are 4 cows out there. 2 of them were mine. 2 of them were Amy's. I had a heifer born, a brown heifer, and then the other one was a bull calf, and it was dead at birth. And then both of Amy's cows gave birth, and they were both heifers. So there are 3 calves out there, 3 heifer calves. Niche. Peggy says niche like rich. Okay, what's going on with you on the farm? A lot. Y'all be sure to smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that. Why not? Sorry, my thumb got stuck sideways. Mom says, please don't forget the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed as well. See, she knows. Pat. Hi, Pat. Kelly says bad storms coming this way. Could be tornadoes in these storms. Where are you, Kelly? I know Texas is getting a lot of bad weather right now. Ovita, you better get home. I have a problem with your video. We don't have a problem with your video every day. Squirrel. Rhonda's here. She's late. And she loves all the new babies. Thank you, Rhonda. I keep getting cut off, but I think you did everything you could being by yourself. Cassie, are you going to Alabama this fall? The mother goat did not like the taste. Oh, that's kind of gross. Just sometimes the new mothers, they're kind of weird. I always want to, well, I always want to be home when any of them are born. I don't usually have to do anything, but I always get nervous about it because anything can go wrong, but especially the new mothers, they're squirrely. And River rejected hers last year, but I was there. I was there during and she actually needed help. She had a horrible time with that birthing, but then this year she had twins, and not only is she taking care of the twins, but she's the babysitter for everybody else. She lets those kids jump all over her. She doesn't care. Jan can hear me from Albuquerque. Peggy says, I think it's funny how people think you all Oklahoma homesteaders live next door to each other. They say, go ask Fowler or Eddie's or Arms. I think, Peggy, that, well, some of us do live pretty close together, but I think some of it is just they think, well, that we know each other. And we kind of do, some of us more than others. Like, I don't know the Arms. I don't know that I've ever talked to them. I've seen them. I know Greg has talked to Daniel Arms at every event he's seen him at, but I don't think I've ever even talked to him. I've talked to, can't think of his name. His son, I think of his name. But like I do know Cassie, I do know the Fowlers, I do know Mike and Terry, I do know the Eddies, so I don't know. Maybe it's that they don't think that we know each other, or maybe they think we don't watch each other's channel and see what goes on. I don't know. People, I'm in Iowa. These storms are unreal. Yes, they are. And I hear it's from the La Nina. Cassie's always giving me a hard time, and everybody else about being behind. Lorie, it's 117 feel like here in South Texas and super humid. I don't doubt it. Right before I came on here, I saw a little bit of news out of Texas saying that at least a part of Texas was in a big storm and was getting large hail. Niche sounds like niche. Right, Terry. Dyer Family Farm, hello. Susie Jacobson. Houston's the one I'm trying to think of, not Weston, but yeah, I think every event I've seen Houston at, I've talked to him. Peggy, they do, because they'll be like, to get eggs from Daniel. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Daniel's a little far off from us. Kelly feels like she knows them all. I know more about what you and what's going on in your family than I do with my own brothers. Wow. Love the arms. Great people. Love watching all the channels you have mentioned and many more. Yes, there are a lot of good people, a lot of good channels. Why didn't you read how I say niche? If you're talking to me, I didn't see it. Elaine, cooling centers are open for the elderly and everyone in need. Dangerously high temperatures. Is it so that Jehovita, is that abnormal? Is that like not normal for this time of year in Texas? I don't know, because when I see Texas, think Texas and New Mexico, Arizona, I think hot. Of course, Arizona and New Mexico would be dry or hot, but I just think hot desert, you know. MT Homestead said hi to Ben's Over Acres, but I did not see. Yeah, there's Ben's Over Acres. Hi, guys. Missed you on here. Are the baby birds that hatched in your yard still there? No, Mom. Was today Monday? Yes, yesterday. Yesterday I was mowing over there. There was like what is it called? A killdeer? Is that what it's called? Bird that had laid eggs in my yard, just like in my yard, and I had spent the whole month mowing around her because she wasn't going to leave those eggs. She was going to stand up to the mower, and Sunday I mowed over there, and I didn't see the eggs, I didn't see the birds, so I mowed where I hadn't been. And then later that day, Mom, I was headed down the road to the store, and I saw her and a bunch of little bitty chicks, or I don't know what you call them, little bitty baby birds running around with her. They weren't flying, but they were running fast. Kim Montgomery, hey y'all. Robert McMedia, hey, commercials coming. Skip it. I monetize these for the reruns, but while we're in a live stream, skip it. Don't watch a commercial. Don't watch a commercial while we're live, because then you miss it. I mean, what's the point in being live in a live stream? Robert McMedia, I met Daniel, and he was with Houston and Kobe at Oki Expo. Lorie must have been hiding. Must have been. He's always got somebody, he's got a lot of people around him that want to talk to him and meet him, and I just never. I took a picture of him and Greg together at Brandon's meetup, but we didn't have a conversation. Peggy says, I talk to everyone so much about everyone so much. My husband had to start watching videos too. He thought I had a bunch of new friends. Walker Farm family, have gotten our merch figured out. About to dock your pay. Look, Cassie, I gave you an idea for one of them. You need to get started on that. I need to get a new hat. You guys need to have some hats out. I haven't even looked. Do you have hats available? because I got yours pretty messed up. Let's see. Kill your babies look like it does. They look like ping pong balls with legs. They do. It looked funny. I would not have known that those were her babies if she wasn't there with them. But they're fast. Like they just went all different directions. Ovita says our hot temperatures start in mid-May and in early September. And end in early September, just absolutely brutal. Torrens, what part of nothing you dogging, Cassie? Yeah, Cassie. My health is bad, so I don't get out as much. So I spend a lot of time watching all my homesteaders and others, Rhonda says. Watch versus wash. Lorie Carp. We can't skip the commercials. They just come on. Really? Have to wait till we can skip them. Oh yeah, but it gets you that 5 seconds right there, and then it lets you jump back in, doesn't it? I mean, I can either monetize or not monetize. It doesn't really give me, like they set up when the commercials come on during the live. I mean, I guess the only other thing I can do is not monetize it until it's over, but then I forget that a lot of times. Commercial. Now, my merch manager is supposed to be working on that. I'm supposed to work on a hat too. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello, Annette. Peggy says autocorrect is killing me today. Elaine, I love the baby goats, especially when they start. I can't read them hopping around. I can read it. It wasn't coming. It wasn't clear. And when they start jumping sideways, that's pretty cool. Yep, about 5 seconds. Jackie Sailor. Oh, Deborah got one. Didn't have an option to skip the ad. There's an Amish going down the road. So yeah, like it tells me it's about to do a commercial, Cassie, but it doesn't give everybody a commercial. It just kind of randomly chooses who sees and I don't guess it's random. I have heard that that YouTube, how do I say this? I have heard that YouTube keeps up with how often each viewer sees a commercial. So if you saw enough commercials in the last video, then you wouldn't get a commercial in this video. Like, I don't know, not everybody sees the same commercial and they don't see them at the same time, but they do somehow keep up with how often each viewer sees a commercial. And I've also heard that they kind of have an idea of how many commercials each viewer can tolerate, like the AI in Google. So everybody's commercial experience is different. Individualized commercials. MT Homestead says, I have to put chickens up. Hope you'll have a great night. See you later. They're probably long gone, probably behind. It's time. 5 seconds. Don't worry. Be happy. Aussie, cool. How are the baby goats doing? Thank you, Jovita. The baby goats are doing fine. Every one of them so far. A few of them are getting old enough where there's a concern for coccidia, and so I guess I need to take fecal samples in. Some people do a coccidia preventative. which if they don't have a problem with coccidia, I feel like, now everybody does their own thing. It's your farm, you do your own thing. But I feel like when we do that, we're probably causing some resistance to it. Corid is what a lot of people, is what's not a lot of people use, but is readily available to a lot of people. And it's a coccidiostat. But some people have seen some resistance to corid. I have not yet. And so I try not to treat until I've had a fecal done. But see, that means taking either taking the goat into the vet or taking a sample into the vet. Neither one of those I want to do. It costs money. But I'm unsure of how else to do that other than to give them a preventative and possibly contribute to resistance. And I don't want to do that. Some people wait for symptoms, which I mean, that's an option, definitely an option. But I lost a baby. I when I first got into goats, I lost a baby to coccidiosis, and so I'm a bit paranoid with it. I don't want to wait for symptoms. I just kind of, when the babies start eating, when they're nursing, when like the first week, they don't really pick up things. They don't eat food. They don't get a hold of grass too much. But after that first week, they're already starting to eat grass and eating some of the food that you feed the moms, even though they're still nursing, and that's mostly where they get their stuff. But they're also able to pick up eggs, from parasites. And so like 3 weeks into that period of their life, then you need to really start watching for either symptoms or taking and getting a fecal check. I wish I knew how to do that. I wish I knew how to do the egg count and had a good microscope and had someone to do it for me. Sometimes I get commercials in lives. Hate that. I watch commercials and videos unless they are 3 to 5 minutes long. Yeah, Elaine, I wouldn't watch. I don't think I'd watch if I like the commercial. If it wasn't bothering me, I might watch a 2-minute commercial. But I generally do not watch 2 minutes and longer, 3 to 5. You get some that are 15 minutes, and it's ridiculous. And I do not watch any of the ones that talk about kids having cancer. And there's a lot of those, but I can't handle that. Amish or Mennonite, because these people will argue with that. They are Amish, according to them. So I'm going to go with Amish. He was a horse and buggy, but they do drive tractors, and they will drive tractors pulling all kinds of trailers, as long as I don't know, they can pull a lot of things. They can drive. I was at Harbor Freight the other day, and there was one in line in front of me. He was buying solar lights, which I thought was very interesting. But these out here, they call themselves Amish, so they must be Amish. I got rid of our Netflix, so I might get premium on YouTube. I thought about getting premium on YouTube. I'm not sure how that works as far as creators getting paid for that. I'm not sure if we're getting gypped or not. But yeah. Robert Mack Media. Lorie, I will watch you and the others commercials or no commercial. The little money from YouTube will help you or your animals. It does. Yeah, it's the best way you can support a channel is by watching the videos, interacting, commenting, and watching the videos. I mean the commercials. And that's a free way to support the channels, and it's I think the best way. Aussie Cool hates ads. I do too. Living in abundant grace. Hello. Where have you been? Amy, is Oaks having a basketball camp again? Amy, is Oaks having a basketball camp? I'm in here. I've been listening the whole time and driving. Oh, wait, prayers for who's precious? I missed something. Hang on. It must have skipped. They're one and the same to me. Cassie says, Paula, I pay extra every month so I don't get commercials. Karen Spears. Thank you for this opportunity to know what you were exactly going through. Love you, kiddo. Living life loving. Candy says, I'm not getting to talk in chat much because my 16-year-old Pekingese is not feeling good today. Y'all please pray for him. Okay. Definitely we'll do that, Candy. Don't mind the ads. It helps you out. Don't miss much of the live. Rhonda says, my chickens put themselves up. Love the chicken run authentic door. Let's see. Oh, see, there it goes again. Aussie Cool. Vet gives sample bags. You follow behind goats, collect fresh poo, and swoosh it up in the bags and send it back to the vet? No. That's not how that works. You take a Ziploc bag, and some people get gloves and some people don't, and you collect it from them. And they don't stand there and let you do it. You have to hold them, restrain them in some way. I get gloves. But it is if you got it's easier to collect from a few goats than load them all up and take them to the vet and let the vet. And it's a little bit cheaper, I think. Is it cheaper, Amy, if you take the fecal sample in as opposed to taking the goats in? But I can do that. I can drop off a fecal sample at the vet going into town, and then go on about my business and do whatever I have to do in town. If I have a car load of goats in the back, then I have to take the goats right back. Hello, Sarah. I'm not sure. Went to homeschooling. Okay, Kelly, yes. Find out how that works when we pay to watch. Find out how that works when we pay to what you talking about, the premium and how much and how. Cassie, do you know how that money is divided when they have a paid account for YouTube where they don't have to watch commercials? I have a lot of catching up to do. Been off YouTube for a bit. Then you better get started. At my place, a lot has been going on. Kim McGimmer says, I guess I need to start watching the ads. That's how we get paid. Not very much. Well, I mean, if you obviously, if you get a lot of viewers, really the subscriber count isn't as important as the people watching the channel. You can make good money, but we don't get paid a whole lot per view, per ad. What are you talking about? I have no idea, Jackie, because I'm behind in the chat probably. YouTube says it distributes the premium fees to creators. It does. I don't know how, though. 95 to 60% here, and it's not even summer yet. Oh, yeah, Lorie, I got a new microscope. What? You got a new microscope and you didn't tell me? Yes, cheaper to drop off. I thought it was. I've just been, I was, when I had 2 goats, I was taking them in, but now I got more than 2. And I've been taking fecals in for the last couple of years, fecal samples, putting on the gloves, of course. Greg and I almost did a video on that, showing that. Not like we thought about getting Ziploc bags and having Greg out there chasing the goats down, and trying to hold the bag to catch some poop. I thought it would have been funny. I don't know. I think we got distracted. I don't know really why we didn't do it. We had a few ideas, few steps that we would try until we get it done. Cindy, hi Lorie, glad I got to see you live. I am from Lakeview, Ohio. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you get to catch me live as well. YouTube Premium pays a percentage when those who have the subscription watch your videos. So, I mean, it's like, that could be good actually. If people are skipping people are skipping ads, and we automatically get a percentage if they watch. Do they have to watch your video like completely through? Because a lot of people click off at the end. Kelly says you get paid 2.5 cents per commercial. I think per person that watches the commercials. So that's how we give our 2 cents. Oh, that's good, Peggy. I'm at the bottom of the chat. Quick, somebody say something. Questions? I wish I had someone that I could go back and forth with. Something Sarah says. Because it is easier to do a live stream when there's more than one person. Because when you stop, they can pick up. Hi from East Texas. Does it say Lana Gibson? I think it does. Sorry if it doesn't. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, Mom says. Funny, Amy. How many baby goats did you have? 11 so far. I have one goat that hasn't given birth. It's a first-time mama, so I'm nervous, and she's getting huge. And that either means she has a big baby or she has a few little babies, and I'm hoping she has a few little babies. I am getting concerned that it's taken so long since everybody else has already done. Like, I'm really nervous about it. Yeah, I was going to say something about that, but I forgot what I was going to say. Peggy, in your opinion, is bird flu media hype or is it a real threat to homesteaders? I think everything's a hype. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're trying to keep us in panic mode or if they're trying to desensitize us. But I think everything's a hype. I don't know. I do know that I saw some, I forgot what news it was, but they were talking about a salmonella outbreak in backyard chickens in several different states. And Cassie and Amy, I sent you guys that link, but I think that is ridiculous. Like an outbreak of salmonella in backyard chickens. I just really think that's stupid. I don't believe it. How does that happen? It's not like a virus that's floating around in the air, and it's just backyard chickens. I think that's bull. My husband thinks I am talking to people while he's sleeping. He doesn't understand chatting with strangers is my therapy because we were basically shut inside because of health. Yeah. That's how a lot of people got started on YouTube as creators, was in 2020. I didn't until 2021, but I was introduced to a lot of channels in 2020 because we were at home. Triplets or quads? Be scared of quads for a first-time mama, but I already have a bottle baby, so I don't guess as long as I get there in time, and I guess it would be okay. Walker, not all creators CPM. You much they get paid is equal. I don't understand. Explain that to me, Cassie. Not all creators CPM is equal. What would be the difference? What would cause the inequality? Been praying for you with everything going on. If you praying for me, I need it for sure. Now I lost my spot. I just looked it up. You don't get paid if I don't watch the ads. No, I knew that much. Sorry, I'm going to cancel if that's the. Oh no, Karen. We do get, if you have a paid account, if you have a premium account where you don't get shown commercials, we do get paid. I just don't know how it works. My opinion, bird flu has very little threat to home chickens. I've had chickens for years, no problem with them getting sick. As far as backyard chickens or anything that's going to cause us to be more self-reliant, I believe that is under attack. I believe they're sabotaging that on purpose. And you can call it conspiracy theory if you want, but this is not, I start saying this is not the same America it was a few years ago. It certainly isn't the same as when I was a kid, but it's not only, not even the same America, it's not the same world. We are living in a whole different time. Lots going on. Scare tactic. Yeah. Living life loving. I watch commercials because I'd rather the two YouTubers make the money instead of YouTube or advertisers. Aren't chickens in general made of salmonella? Sarah, yeah. I mean, you gotta wash your hand every time you touch a bird. Like, for real, wash your hand. It doesn't have to be like for 30 minutes, and you don't even have to have soap. But pour some water on your hands. Wash your hands, because chickens are nasty and they stink. And we're eating eggs. And does anybody know where those eggs come from? I mean, like, it's nasty. 2 people have bird flu contracted from animals, and they want us to panic as if millions of people are contracting it. Bird flu isn't the only thing they did that with. My friend's chickens got bird flu. There's another commercial coming up. Wait, let me try something. Well, it didn't do anything. I don't know. Thought I could skip it. It didn't do anything. My friend, so what happened? What'd they do? Where's your friend? I'm like, what state? And what they do with the chickens? And did the government get involved? All that stuff. I want to know. There are always risk to bacteria and such. You can't sterilize nature. Yes. And so that's part of the problem, Amy, I think, is we have antibacterial soap, antibacterial cream that we can use on just anything. Bacteria is a bad thing. But so, like, if you go to Mexico, and you drink the water, you're going to get sick. But they don't, right? Because their bodies are used to it. And I think that's what we've done, not just here, but the world in general. We've weakened ourselves. Our immune systems. Do you have a neck holder for stubborn mother goats in a little stall by herself next time? I do not have stalls. Would like to have stalls, but I don't have the skills to build that. I do not have the finances to buy that. And so I just don't have it. So I have to, do what I can when I can. By the way, that reminds me, when you said that, or at least it reminds me when I read it. So I got the colostrum. We did give colostrum to the babies, and I mentioned that in the video. I pinned the video at the top of the chat here. If you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch that video, because it goes in detail of what happened. They almost died, especially that little girl. I thought she was dead, but so I took her to Amy's house for a couple of reasons. I couldn't do anything by myself. Like you needed 2 people. Amy has more experience with goats, but most importantly, Amy had the colostrum. She had colostrum frozen in a freezer that she had milked out from one of her other goats probably a previous year. I don't even know. So we got colostrum in them. And then Amy had to go somewhere, something to do with the kids' schooling or something. I don't know. Later on in the day, she came over and I held that goat while she milked the goat out. So we got that colostrum from that milk and replaced and it went back to Amy's freezer. We replaced what we took for my kids. Yes. See, Cassie says, Karen, if you pay for a premium, we still get paid. How much they get paid? Kelly. That's how I found most of the channels I watch on YouTube when we were locked in. I could not go to work, so I had to give up cable. Yeah. I haven't had cable or satellite in years. I don't watch movies. The shows that I used to watch and enjoy, I can't anymore. Well, you got a couple of things happening when you're not as close, like as you get closer and closer to God, fewer and fewer things are. Let's see, how do I say this? I didn't realize that there was stuff in the shows that may not have been healthy for my soul, right? Or unpleasing to God. But the closer I get to God, the more that I recognize. And so I can't watch the shows. But another thing that's going on is the stuff that's on the shows these last just 4 or 5 years are horrible. They're horrible. I couldn't watch them anyway. So with both of that going on, I haven't had cable or satellite or anything in years. And I have YouTube, but I can choose. I can choose what. There's a bird at the window just looking in, just staring at me. But I can choose what I can choose on TV, but you're limited on TV. On YouTube, there's you can stay really clean or you can get really dirty. Either way, you really have a lot more options on YouTube. I am new to your channel. We live in Kentucky. What state are you in? I hear other homesteaders mention your name often. Gail, I am in Northeast Oklahoma. Thank you for joining the channel. I hope the other channels are talking good stuff about me. If it's Cassie, if you heard from Cassie on Walker Farm Fam, that's going to be iffy. I also feel like it's a hype. There are a lot of chicken farms around here and there are no problems, right? So yeah, those chicken farms are nasty. Those are nasty. Those birds never go outside. No, it's a hype. It's a control thing. Vincent Gentry is in here. That would be Dad. And Peggy says exactly what she thinks. Under attack. YouTube takes 30%. Yeah, they do. They take, but I don't know. I never know. Is it 30? Is it 30% on the ads too? It won't know. I won't know. I don't know how much the ads are bringing in. So, I mean, it is. YouTube gets 30% of super chats and super thanks. And the creator gets 70%, which I was telling someone today, if someone gives a $10 super chat, yes, YouTube will take 30% of that, but then I get $7 that I wouldn't have. Like it's like they're not taking it from me. I'm still getting something that I wouldn't have had. Okay, if you're sure. I started watching something. Yeah, if you're talking about the ads, we'll get paid for that. But back to the super chats and the super thanks and all of that. the best way, like for you guys, and so for everybody for the cheapest way for you to support a channel is just watch the videos, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, share the videos, and watch the ads. And when I say it there like that all together, it sounds like a lot, but we're assuming you're watching a channel because you enjoy the content, so that shouldn't be too hard. But it's free. It's free for you to, watch the ads, watch the videos, and we get paid. So, butt nuggets. Rhonda, I live in a town of about 85 people. We all have chickens. Some days it's a rooster crow off. I bet it is. 85 people. That's where I want to live. Karen says the government doesn't want us to have chickens. Chickens, gardens, anything that's going to give you any kind of independence, I'm convinced of it. Happy Memorial Day, Amy. Hi, Amy. Kim just watched an ad. I'm going back up. I somehow got random things to do. I know where eggs come from because I watched Life on the Andy family farm, and she keeps telling her chickens to put out an egg. So if I understand it correctly, depending on what, here's another word, genre you are in, depends on what your CPM is. There's other factors also, but I have to look it up. I wonder if maybe, I don't know. Rhonda says the government wants us to have very little and be happy about it. That's what they keep telling us, isn't it? Sarah, I do. It's all the bugs my hens find and scraps. Find and scraps. I feed them. Go in one end, and a little white or brown or green capsule of goodness pops out the other end. That's funny. Candy, Alabama, no government environment. Give them some medicine and they are all right now. Alabama. Oh, I see what you're answering my question. Alabama, no government involvement, maybe. I don't know. Give them some medicine and they're fine right now. And that was the bird flu, right? In Alabama. Amy Goodman. Hey, I just love you so much. I really do. And I would love to come and visit with you before my family puts me in a nursing home. I'm only 44 years old. Oh my goodness. Wow. Definitely be praying for you. Lorie, I don't use antibacterial soap. I want my immune system to know how to fight. Yes. Well, some things I do. I have antibacterial soap. I don't buy it regularly, like, to have all the time at the sink or whatever, but I do have it because there are times that you need it. They have it out there, might as well use it. Golly, Amy Goodman, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, I will be praying for you. Peggy Gold, wild birds flying around from farm to farm, eating with the chickens is what causes the diseases to spread. Even mites get spread like that. I know wild birds have mites bad. I do fight sparrows going in my coop eating with I give up on sparrows. Joining late from Georgia. I think it says Julie. My eyes are getting tired. Sorry, guys. Reba, hello. Sorry, I'm late to the party. Had to eat at my daughter's. Deborah Jensen, we got rid of cable. I watch YouTube, Homesteaders, and True Crime. Yeah, I don't watch that True Crime often, but I occasionally I'll binge it. I do watch Homesteaders. The Homesteader thing has gotten to a point where I know so many and I'm committed to so many channels that I'm watching to support the channel, and I'm watching to see what's going on next in the episode of the Walkers. But like I hardly ever look out for new stuff because it's just like a lot of time in watching what I watch already. But I do also watch preaching and mainly Bible studies. In addition to that, it's usually at night. That's usually when I'm going to bed. Degree shows are just gross now. See, that's the thing about YouTube though. Like you can watch Bible, you can watch preachers that you wouldn't normally have access to. You can watch Bible studies that like you wouldn't have access to them. Like some of the people, like I watch Chuck Missler a lot, and he's dead. He's dead, and but because of YouTube, I can watch him teach the Bible, and there is a lot of knowledge there. I can watch people across the denominations, a little bit of everything. I've noticed across the denominations, there's not much difference in eschatology and in salvation. So I like to watch a lot of different ones. You're right. Stay clean because Kelly says, I guess I stay clean because all I watch are the Okie folks and some Texas also, and some fishing videos. Random things I do. It's about time for me to get off, guys. Always say good things about you. Takes me a while to remember what they are. Okay. I know the owners and the Kim Montgomery. I know the owners and these are clean, but it takes a lot of work. Oh, we're talking about chickens. Random. Rhonda says Random is one of my favorite YouTubers. Reminds me of my grandson Levi. He shows pigs. Ransom, not random. Okay. I have a bunch of checks that need using. Do you accept checks? Brampton. As long as they don't bounce. I do, yes. Brampton Gardner, hello. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I'm about to get off here. I'm probably really behind in the chat. Cassie hasn't told me anything in a while. She's probably off doing something else. 85 people. Huh. Julie, I only have cable to get internet. My husband and I don't like the worldly content of programs that are on the cable, etc. I watch YouTube where I can choose clean content. Yes. Living in Abundant Grace says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Sarah Smith, gotta run. Glad I was able to catch you for a few. Gotta go wrangle some baby chicks and bucks to bed. Ducks, bucks, ducks, chicks and ducks. Have a great evening. Thank you, Sarah. I'm about to get off here myself. Mom says, hey, Vincent. Lorie Gentry, we had a doctor tell us that all the soaps have some antibacterial in them. Really? I heard, was it Dial soap does, talking about bar soap, but some soaps advertise antibacterial and some do not. Goat soap that Amy and I made is just soap. There's no antibacterial agent in them. Unless the lie counts. I don't know. Kelly, we too watching to support the channels. Julie, I'm learning to crochet on YouTube, watching crochet tutorials. Nice. No government involvement. Yeah, I figured that one out. Okay, Kim, we will see you later. Thank you. Rhonda found me through Walker Farm Found. See, Cassie's good for something there. No, Cassie's cool. Gary's probably cooler, but Cassie's cool. Brampton, oh, you had back surgery. Oh, Peggy. Oh, yeah. I was confused and thought, oh, gosh. I started watching Homesteaders during the lockdowns. I was alone, truly think it was what saved my sanity. All right, I am at the bottom and I'm going to go. So thank you guys for coming in. Don't forget to check out the affiliate links below. That video is posted. If you haven't watched the last video, it's pinned at the top of this comment. Go check that out. And we will see you next week. Bye.